The Athletic posted something. 31 NFL executives and coaches voted for, starting from scratch, who you want as your franchise quarterback. And age and contract were put into consideration. So contract is the real deal. So Jayden Daniels was ahead of Lamar Jackson. Everyone's going to be like, well, Lamar has a 2-time MVP. Lamar's a better player. Yes, he is. Lamar Jackson's a better player right now than Jayden Daniels. But Jayden Daniels is also on a rookie contract. So some GMs, some coaches love that Jayden Daniels is almost as good as Lamar Jackson. He's right there, and he's on a cheap rookie contract. So you can build the team out that way. Plus, Jayden Daniels comes up clutch in big moments, as you can see in the playoffs, and you can see with his game-winning drives. Lamar Jackson in the playoffs, he tightens up. He needs to do better in the playoffs. He needs to win more. He's got to beat Mahomes or Josh Allen or Burrow in the playoffs and get to the Super Bowl very soon. Top two were Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow. There's no question those guys are top tier. J-Mac said, oh, well, we got to look at Jayden Daniels because he had one good year. Well, bro, look at what he did. Look at his plays. He turns negative plays into positive plays every time. Look at that Browns game. He jukes out Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Sorry if I botched that name. J.O.K. He juked J.O.K. from like a 10-yard sack into a 20-yard gain. C.J. Stroud wasn't doing that. Now, J-Mac loves to point out, oh, C.J. Stroud had a great rookie year, then he fell back to earth. Well, C.J. Stroud doesn't have the legs and elusiveness that Jayden Daniels has. He just doesn't. So Jayden Daniels being fourth on that list, I can see that because of his talent, his work ethic, his determination. He elevates everyone, and he's on a cheap rookie deal. Here's some crazy ones. So I think Kyler Murray, Trevor Lawrence, Baker Mayfield, Cam Moore got votes. I think Baker Mayfield got 2 votes. I just want to point out that Baker Mayfield is also on a team-friendly contract. He's on a mid-tier contract. He's not earning as much money as the top guys. So I think some people like that. Cam Ward, rookie contract. He's a rookie, so I can see that happening. Trevor Lawrence and Kyler Murray, I think those were homers. Those were homer picks. Not going to lie, because I don't think anyone outside Jacksonville and Arizona are picking Kyler Murray and Trevor Lawrence. That's just my opinion. Now let's talk about 2 guys that were not on the list. Brock Purdy and Jalen Hurts. Both those guys are making $50 million a year. Jalen Hurts just won the Super Bowl and just won Super Bowl MVP. Yet those guys were not picked. Guys like Trevor Lawrence and Kyler Murray were picked ahead of them. Now, could it be that Shanahan, John Lynch, Howie Roseman, and Nick Sirianni were not asked? Could be. That's a possibility. I think it's also a possibility that I'm getting killed in these comments because people are saying that Brock Purdy, top 10 quarterback, Jalen Hurts, top 5 quarterback. Well, guess what? This is the exact scenario I'm talking about. If you had to start from scratch, are you picking Brock Purdy and Jalen Hurts as your franchise quarterback? And everyone said no on that list. Everyone. Not one person picked them. They'd rather have Cam Ward, Kyler Murray, and Trevor Lawrence. It just goes to show that Brock Purdy is a plug-and-play system quarterback. He's very smart. He's got all the intangibles, but he lacks the talent and arm strength. Jalen Hurts, kind of in the same boat. He's had team success. But the Eagles are better when they run the ball more and Hurts throws less. So the Eagles are more successful when Hurts throws less and they get the ball out of his hands. How does that make sense that he's a top 5 quarterback? And also you got to think about contracts. Those guys have mid-tier talent and they're getting paid $50 million a year. $50 million. Think about that. Talent-wise, they're average. You put them on almost any other team, they're going to be average. They're going to be bad. Okay? It's just the truth. Think about this. You put Jalen Hurts on that Bengals team last year, are they making playoffs? Hell no. They're under 500. You put Brock Purdy on that Bengals team last year, are they making playoffs? Hell no. They're way below 500. Both those guys. Joe Burrow has to carry that bad organization to the Super Bowl. You guys have been killing me because you're not thinking. All you say is, "Oh, Brock Purdy has the number 4 passing stats last year." Bro, it's the same thing as Kirk Cousins in 2016. Kirk Cousins threw for 4,900 yards in 2016. And all Washington fans, even me, I'm guilty of this because I said Kirk Cousins could be a top 5 quarterback. You wait. He's already there. Well, next year he came back down. He was 500, made the playoffs once. people know who he is. And Brock Purdy and Jalen Hurts are kind of in that category. I would say Jalen Hurts is just a step above that because of his mobility. But they're basically in that category. They're not in the elite category like the Burrows, the Lamar Jacksons, Josh Allen, Mahomes, Jayden Daniels is pretty much right at the door. They're more, Purdy and Hurts are more in that Kirk Cousins, Tua, average kind of talent category, okay? They just need a great team around them to flourish and thrive. Listen, it's not like you can't win a Super Bowl with them. You absolutely can. Jalen Hurts proved that. Brock Purdy, I think you can win a Super Bowl, but you got to have all the right pieces around him. Elite defense, elite weapons. You got to have a great O-line. And the Niners were so close to winning the Super Bowl and beating the Chiefs. But if Brock Purdy were truly elite, man, he's making that last throw. I don't care if he's in your face. He's making that last throw no matter what. And before you say, oh, well, no one blocked him. Well, look at Jayden Daniels against the Bengals. He threw that dime to Terry McLaurin. Some dude was rushing at him. By the way, the Commanders had 10 players on that field. They had one less player, and yet Jayden Daniels still threw a 40-yard bomb game to Terry McLaurin. And one. So, this just proves my theory that NFL coaches, NFL executives think the same way. And if you think you're smarter than them, bro, you're on the couch watching the game just like me. And yet, you will still argue with me. Well, go argue with an NFL coach, NFL executive. Are you smarter than them at football? Don't think so. Okay? I don't think so. All right, man, take care. Let me know who you're voting for. Who are you starting your franchise from scratch? Which quarterback are you taking? I'm going Mahomes, Josh Allen. I'm going Burrow. I'm going Jayden Daniels 4. I might have Jayden Daniels 2nd, honestly. Yes, I am a homer when it comes to that. But also at the same time, cheap rookie contract and Jayden Daniels is only going to get better. Okay. Deuces. Just want to say, forgot to mention, let's say Kyle Shanahan, Nick Sirianni, John Lynch, and Howie Roseman all voted and they didn't vote for their quarterbacks. That says something. That says there are guys better than them, okay? And even if they didn't vote, the fact that no one else wants them is kind of a testimony to who they are and their talent and their ceiling and how good of a player they are. Seriously, think about it. And let's just say they did vote and they didn't vote for the guy. I feel like Howie, if given the opportunity, he would definitely trade Hurts for a better player. Burrow, Josh Allen, Mahomes, Jayden Daniels. Yes, Jayden Daniels, he would absolutely do that. Justin Herbert, he would absolutely trade Hurts to upgrade at quarterback. I feel like Sirianni is a loyal guy. He would probably stay with Hurts, but eventually it's going to get him canned. And honestly, Howie Roseman seems like a business guy. He'll make business decisions, and he won't put his heart into it. With Kyle Shanahan, listen, Brock Purdy is great. Listen, Brock Purdy is great at Shanahan's system. Brock Purdy knows Shanahan's system. That's why they signed him. That's why they kept him. But I don't think they wanted him for $50 million. I think they wanted him at like 40, but realized, who else is on the market. But Brock Purdy's great for a system. And that's all Purdy needs to do. They just need elite defense, elite weapons, great O-line, and the coaching's already there. So that's what the Niners need to do to win the Super Bowl. My bad, I forgot to mention. Bo Nix got a vote. That's crazy. Like I said before, I feel like Bo Nix has a high floor, low ceiling, and he has all the intangibles. Competitive, very smart, knows Sean Payton's system. I mean, would I pick Bo Nix? Caleb Williams, by the way, didn't get a single vote. That just shows that Caleb Williams has so much talent, and I don't know, he's got to have he's really talented, Caleb Williams. I just think he needs to just chill out and not try to make superhero plays all the time. Just chill out, make the layups, be Superman, put the cape on 2 to 3 times a game. You don't have to be Superman every play. The fact that they picked Bo Nix over Caleb Williams is kind of crazy. Personally, I would still take Caleb Williams. I feel like Ben Johnson will fix him. I feel like Caleb Williams has so much talent and potential that I'm going to bet on that rather than the high floor, low ceiling of Bo Nix. Drake May. Drake May got a couple votes. Drake May is also a guy I would definitely start a franchise with if I could. Drake May's got so much talent. He's competitive. He's only going to get better. He was considered a raw prospect, so listen, he's going to be really, really good, Drake May. And I feel like Drake May is going to be better than Caleb Williams, in my opinion. Jayden Daniels and Drake May are going to be the best quarterbacks from that class. Bo Nix, going to be third. Jury set on J.J. McCarthy. Don't know how he's going to be. I know J.J. McCarthy didn't even get a vote. He hasn't even played, so we'll see how that goes. But Caleb Williams not getting a vote? Cam Ward gained votes over him? Oh, man. Come on, Caleb. Let's see what you got this year, man. My man.